morning, guys. I am up early this morning because my Dexcom failed. It was supposed to last me till Saturday, but we're changing it on Wednesday. So, I'm about to do that. I decided to do my treatment first because I can do treatments with the Dexcom on, but it can sometimes be a little bit uncomfortable. But when I didn't have one on, it's not uncomfortable at all. So I did my treatment. Now I'm going to change this. Then I have to refill my pill case and then take my pills. So all the CF stuff. All the CF stuff always starts in the morning. So I'm going to do all that. And I'm freezing this morning. I don't know why. It's 70 degrees outside. It's 70 degrees outside and I'm freezing. So there's that. But yeah. Just getting a head start in the morning. I didn't really sleep much last night because of this, because I woke up I went to bed around like 1:30, and then it woke me up at 7 with false lows, and then at 9:30 again failing, and I'm just like, oh, you gotta love those nights. But in the time frame I did sleep, I had good dreams at least. I dreamt that I was in like this Harry Potter costume contest, so it was fun. Oh, the weird places your dreams can take you. But anyway, I'm gonna get all this done, and the only downside to changing it in the morning is, if you guys haven't been around for a while, I wear one because of reactive hypoglycemia, and my worst lows are in the morning, and half the time I don't feel my lows because I've become hypoglycemia unaware till I'm like 40 something. So it has a 2-hour warm-up, and I'm not gonna wait till 12 to take my meds. So when I have those, I always have to set a timer for like an hour or so after I eat or drink a boost, whichever I do in the morning, to make sure I'm not low. So it is what it is. That's what this is for. So anyway, let's get her done. Well, that gave me quite the fright. It's on now. I had to call Dexcom to make sure I could still use it, because I've had little bits of bleeding here and there, usually more so on my right side than my left. But anyway, so I just inserted the sensor. I'm still a little bit shaky because that freaked the living daylights out of me. I inserted the sensor, barely felt it, not a painful insertion at all. Went to go pop in the transmitter, and I looked down, and there's just blood dripping down my abdomen, like the entire, not the entirety of it, because it didn't go over the little contacts, which is why I could still use it, but it was going down, filling up the little plastic part, and just like dripping down my stomach really fast. And I was like, well then, that's like my worst fear with these things. So I used some toilet paper and kind of like mopped it up, and then it kept dripping again, so I had to mop it up, and then it stopped. And I called Dexcom. I waited to put the transmitter in to make sure it was still usable, because it bled a lot. And usually the bleeding I'll get is like less than if you poke your finger. This was a lot of blood. So I called them and I asked if it was still usable, if there was anything harmful about it, if it was okay to use, and he said it's fine. You know, if you start getting inaccurate numbers, then replace it, or if it starts hurting a lot, replace it, or if it bleeds more, replace it. But it stopped bleeding. It's not really hurting, and I have to wait 2 hours for the numbers. But that scared the living daylights out of me. So I'm awake now. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. But another part of my morning that has been completed is feeding Bolt. I kind of woke him up this morning, and it's really creepy how his eyes glows, but you can see his color better when I have the flash on. But yeah, every morning when I get up, he gets fed after my treatment. So it's kind of similar to how I used to take Panda out after my treatment. Now I feed the fish. Sometimes before, sometimes after, depending on what time I get up. But anyway, he wants more food, even though he just got fed like 20 minutes ago. But he's good till tonight. Alright, that's what you just saw in the last 9 seconds. I got my pills done for the week, -1, because I don't know if I ever talked about this, but my multivitamin, my A, D, E, and K, it basically, the bottle they sent me was not usable. It was like melted, and I'm still waiting to get the next bottle. So -1 pill, but I got my Versatile, my Famotidine, my Cetirizine, and my vitamin D. And Trikafta, which I don't put in there. I keep it in its little pack. So, let's take the meds. So, some mornings I'm hungry, some mornings I'm not. Today is one of those mornings where I'm not, especially since I pretty much just had a panic attack about 30 minutes ago. So, on the mornings that I'm not hungry, Boost is such a gift. It was a little bit of a struggle when I was out of it for like a week. I didn't know what to do, but typically I always use it at night unless I eat dinner late to take Trikafta. But in the mornings when I'm not hungry as well, it's great for Trikafta because Trikafta needs fat to absorb, and typically for me, my personal preference, it's different for everybody, but my personal preference is at least 8 grams of fat, and Boost has 14, so it is wonderful. The downside to it is, like I said, most of my lows come in the morning, and it's got 45 carbs and 22 sugars. So I drink this for Trikafta, get great calories, get great fat, and then wait for the inevitable blood sugar drop. It maybe like 1 or 2 times a week it doesn't happen. Most of the time it's gonna happen. But it is what it is. Such is life with balancing cystic fibrosis and reactive hypoglycemia, which is probably part of the cystic fibrosis. But anyway, so that's the next part of my morning. And I don't think I covered this before, but since I'm pretty much just covering my morning at this point, my day starts pretty much the exact same every day. I wake up, I do the normal human things, brush my hair, brush my teeth, you know. And then I go to the Keurig and I make myself a cup of coffee and I do my treatment. I do 30 minutes on my vest machine, which is right down there. It's just a literal vest that I wear, and then the machine shakes my lungs and clears them out. And I always enjoy having my coffee. Occasionally, I'll not have my coffee on my treatment if I'm like up super early, but most of the time I'll drink it on my treatment and listen to music or play a game or something, because it you know, my morning treatment is kind of like my me time. It's when I get to have my coffee, it's when I'm starting my day, waking up, and I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. Now, post-Trikafta, I typically only do 1 treatment a day unless I need it. Pre-Trikafta, I really hated my evening treatments, but I don't mind my morning treatment. It is my time to wake myself up and start my day, sometimes read the Bible, sometimes play a game, sometimes listen to music, whatever I feel like, you know, how awake I am and what I'm doing that day, and drink my coffee. And it's actually quite a nice way to wake up. I guess the other thing with that is, adding on to that, I think it's quite a nice way to wake up, because if I didn't have my treatment and I was just drinking my coffee, I'd think, well, I should hurry up and get through this so I can take my meds and be on, you know, start my day. But I know I'm stuck there for 30 minutes. Whether I like it or not, I'm stuck there for 30 minutes. So there's no rush. So usually about this time of the morning, well, actually not this time because I woke up early, it's 11 o'clock, but after I finish all my morning CF stuff, I like to work on the puzzle for a little bit. And I have to finish this by November 12th, because November 12th, there's gonna be a Christmas tree right here. But I got quite a bit of it done last night, and basically all the, let me turn this around. Basically all the pieces that are left are different variations. We've got dark black, light black, and black with white in it. That's all I've got left. So it's a little bit complicated to get this part right here last night. I was literally just trying every single black piece until one fit. But hey, it's coming together. So that is, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what, guys? I talk all that, and today is one of those great days where I am not going low. I was high, and then I checked it like 35 minutes later, and it was 82, and now it's 92, which means I'm good today. So we're going to celebrate that, because that is awesome. Now, that is to say I'm good for this morning. That doesn't guarantee the rest of today, but usually if I have a good morning, it means I'm going to have a good day. So we'll see what happens with that. My other thing is almost complete. The one thing I do always keep in mind for the first 24 hours of a new sensor is that it's going to be a little bit wonky, but I'm going to be extra careful about this one since it gushed blood everywhere, to make sure that it works in a respectable like range, because it can be about like 20% difference between the meter and the Dexcom, but I've had some crazy wacko things, like this morning when I changed it because it was telling me I was 53 when I was 90. So that's when it's like, and calibration works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So anyway, but that is going to wrap up today's vlog. I didn't plan on doing a morning routine, but it just ended up that way, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I gotta say, one thing I am so thankful for since starting Trikafta is I don't start my mornings coughing anymore. I mean, I'm still blown away by that sometimes. I started Trikafta in February of 2020, and it's just been amazing. Pre-Trikafta, I would wake up and the first thing I would do is just cough my brains out. Like, cough, 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 cough until I had finished my treatment. That doesn't happen anymore. I barely cough at all, actually. So, that is a huge, huge, huge thing. Just a huge thing. Because you wake up and you start coughing your brains out and it just drains your energy, and now it doesn't. So that is my CF morning with a little bit of a scare, and I will see you guys tomorrow.